Tottenham are pushing for that European place for the 2020-2021 season. Tottenham need another win. This is the match preview, Bournemouth v Spurs. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. This is the match preview, Bournemouth v Tottenham. Another must-win game. I know that sounds really boring and I keep repeating that same sentence, but this really is another must-win game if Tottenham are going to secure any European football for the 2020-2021 season. Tottenham have only 5 Premier League games left. We have played 33 games in the Premier League so far this season. We have won 13, we have lost 11 and we have drawn 9. We have scored 52, we have conceded 44, we have a goal difference of +8 and we currently have 48 points. Tottenham have 5 Premier League games remaining of the 2019-2020 season, and believe it or not, there is only 2.5 weeks until the end of the season. Tottenham will play Bournemouth on Thursday, Arsenal on Sunday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the first ever North London derby at a brand new home. And then on the 15th of July, we have got Newcastle United away. On the 19th of July, we have got Leicester City at home. And then the final day of the season, the 26th of July, away at Crystal Palace. Now, please do let me know in the comment section below, those 5 Premier League games, how many points do you think Tottenham will pick up? So, since Project Restart, Tottenham have played Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That game ended with a 1-1 draw. Then we beat London rivals West Ham United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 2-0. And then it was a very, very disappointing evening at Bramall Lane, losing 3-1 at Sheffield United. And then at the weekend, we beat Everton 1-0. A very, very boring and ugly game, but Tottenham grinded out the result and we got the 3 points. And that is all that matters. At this stage of the season, we just need to pick up as many points as we possibly can. And I was highly delighted with the result. The performance was absolutely dreadful. And, you know, the football was very, very poor from both Spurs and Everton. But we have got a very, very good record against Bournemouth, and I am fully expecting Tottenham to win, even to score 2 or 3 goals. My score prediction, I'm going to go for 2-0 Tottenham, and yes, I do think that we will keep a clean sheet yet again. Let's get into the team news for Bournemouth. Now, Eddie Howe awaits news on whether defenders Steve Cook, Simon Francis, Jack Simpson and Chris Mentham will be fit. Striker Callum Wilson is returning for Bournemouth after serving a 2-match suspension and is expected to replace Dominic Solanke. Team news for Tottenham. On Wednesday, it was announced by the Football Association that Eric Dyer is now suspended for 4 Premier League games for Spurs after his incident back in March 2020 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when he went into the crowd after Tottenham lost on penalties against Norwich City. The next time that Eric Dyer will be available for selection for Jose Mourinho will be on the final day of the season against Crystal Palace. Other team news for Spurs. Dele Alli faces a fitness test on his hamstring injury, which caused him to miss the Everton game the other night. Defenders Wan Foyth and Javat Tanganga remain on the sidelines, as does Troy Parrott. Let's get into a few of the match facts and stats. Now, Tottenham have a fantastic record against Bournemouth in the Premier League, and Harry Kane loves to score against Bournemouth as well. Now, Bournemouth's only win in 9 Premier League matches against Spurs came in this fixture last season. The good news is Tottenham very rarely concede goals against Bournemouth in Premier League matches. Now, Spurs conceded as many goals in their 3-2 win over Bournemouth in November as they had in their previous 7 matches combined against them. As I said earlier, the teams have only met 9 times in the Premier League, and the only other competitive fixture between the sides outside of the Premier League was an FA Cup 5th round tie back in February 1957 that Bournemouth won 3-1. So we all know what a mediocre season that Tottenham have had during 2019-2020, and this stat says it all, because even if Tottenham won all 5 of their remaining league fixtures this season, they would still post their lowest points tally since finishing with 62 points, and that was back in the 2010-2011 season. So Spurs are pushing for that European place for next season. We desperately need a win. We desperately need the 3 points. Now, really, on paper, Bournemouth is the perfect team to be playing, because in their last 22 top-flight fixtures, Bournemouth have lost 17. Spurs really do need to start winning away from home in the Premier League, because since winning 11 of our opening 13 Premier League away games at the start of last season, Spurs have won only 3 of 22 top-flight away matches. We all know that Bournemouth concede goals, and we all know that they concede a lot of them, because they are now only 1 goal away from becoming the first side to concede at least 60 in 5 competitive Premier League campaigns. Earlier on in the video, I've predicted Tottenham to win this match 2-0, but what about this for a stat? Our only clean sheet in the last 23 top-flight away matches came in a 0-0 draw at Watford back in January 2020. Bournemouth really are in dreadful form at the moment in the Premier League, and they have just equalled their Premier League club record of 5 consecutive defeats, set from November to December 2019. They last lost more matches in succession when they were beaten in the opening 7 games of the 1994-1995 season, and that was in the 3rd tier. Dare I say it, Jose Mourinho has not lost any of his 24 Premier League away games against a side starting the day in the relegation zone. Talking of clean sheets, since Project Restart, Tottenham have kept 2 clean sheets. 1 at home against Everton the other night, and 1 against West Ham United when we won 2-0. Now, we have kept a clean sheet in 2 of our last 3 Premier League games, and that was as many as we had in our previous 14. So the defence has improved. Let's hope this continues and Tottenham get a few goals on Thursday evening, because Bournemouth are now on a club record run of 16 Premier League matches without a clean sheet since beating Chelsea 1-0. Let's get on to the predicted lineup. I think it's going to be very, very hard to predict all 11 players. Perfectly right that Jose Mourinho is going to be putting against Bournemouth, because we've got the North London derby on Sunday. Of course, Mourinho will not want any injuries from this Bournemouth match going into such a huge game on Sunday, because let's face it, at the moment, every game is a must-win. I think that he will rotate the squad. I think he will make a lot of changes, and it will be interesting whether Tanguy Ndombele gets a start on Thursday. When you think about it, Ben Davies has played every game since Project Restart. Will he continue, or will Jan Vertonghen come in? Will Moussa Sissoko continue in midfield, or will the likes of Ndombele now get a game? Will Steven Bergwijn get a game as well? And Eric Lamela, will they get starts? These are the perfect games for these types of players to come in, get 90 minutes under their belt, or even 60, 70 minutes, and then everyone being fresh for the North London derby on Sunday. My predicted lineup for the Bournemouth v Spurs game, I'm going to go for Hugo Lloris in goal. Obviously, he is our captain. I'm going to go for Serge Aurier at right back. We have no other right back, so he has to play. I'm going to say that Jan Vertonghen is going to come into the starting lineup, and he's going to play at left back, giving Ben Davies a bit of a break, and then bringing Ben Davies back for the North London derby on Sunday. Toby Alderweireld, I think that he will be in the starting lineup as well, in the centre of defence with Davinson Sanchez. Of course, there's no Eric Dyer, so Sanchez will come back. Giovanni Lo Celso, Harry Winks, and Moussa Sissoko in the middle. I was very, very tempted to say that Tanguy Ndombele would get a start. I'm going to say Moussa Sissoko or Ndombele. I can't make my mind up. I'm going to probably go for Sissoko. So then on the top, Steven Bergwijn, Eric Lamela and Harry Kane. I think that Heung-min Son will come on as a sub, and I think that Jose Mourinho will purely save the likes of Heung-min Son for the North London derby, because let's face it, whatever team that Jose Mourinho puts out from the Tottenham squad, if everyone's fit, even Dele Alli could come back into the team and come off the bench. There is more than enough quality in this squad, whatever 11 Jose Mourinho puts out, to beat Bournemouth. So what do the bookies think? Bournemouth v Spurs, Thursday evening, 6 p.m. kickoff, live on Sky Sports. I've got the betting coupon here from Coral, and they are expecting a Tottenham win. You'd get a 7-1 for a 1-0 Spurs. You'd get 11-2 for a 2-0 Spurs. You'd get 7-1 for a 2-1 Spurs. 10-1 for a 3-0 Spurs. And 9-1 for a 3-1 to Tottenham. For a Bournemouth win, you'd get 9-1 for a 1-0, 25-1 for a 2-0, and 16-1 for a 2-1. If you went for a combination bet, Harry Kane loves to score against Bournemouth. Harry Kane 1-0, a 14-1. 2-0 Harry Kane, 11-1. Anyway, there are lots of betting companies out there, so do check them out as well. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do put your score predictions in the comments section below and let me know how you think that Jose Mourinho will line up against Bournemouth on Thursday evening. Let's hope that Tottenham get the 3 points, because let's face it, we desperately need them if we want to play European football next season. Enjoy the game and come on you Spurs. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you like the shirt I've been wearing in today's video, you can order one of these shirts and many, many more from toffs.com. You can also get in touch with them by email. It is enquiries@toffs.com. All of the links are in the description box below this video. They have an absolutely superb range of retro Tottenham shirts, so don't miss out.